Okay, there's the kickoff by Bobby Muncie. It's a low one. It takes a bounce over a Parkview Sterling player, and it's not going to go in the end zone. It's going to be picked up by Pinkett at the goal line. He's up to the 5, the 10. He made a good run back out to the 15. That was a good effort by Pinkett to get that back out to the 15. That ball touched an up man. He had to field it. It died at the end zone. It wouldn't go in the end zone for him, and he had to run it out and made a good return.
I tell you, he did, because that ball, he looked as if he picked it up on about the 1-yard line, and he certainly didn't want to take the ball there and give his teammates a little running room, so he ran it out to about the 15-yard line.
Well, that could have been sudden trouble, and as it is, the Parkview Sterling Patriots have their worst field position of the day, and the Giles defense trying to go to work now. We have a wide receiver, Rocky Capola, off to the right side. I formation in the backfield behind Nettles. He gives it to his big man, Pinkett, off the right side, and he's stacked at the line of scrimmage. Well, if the first play is any indication, the left side of the defensive Giles line made some adjustment there, because that's the first time, I believe, today they have stacked Pinkett up without any gain.
And that's the play, Jeff, that Parkview was certainly successful with in the first half of play.
Just beat Giles to death on their right offensive side and Giles' left defensive side. Play coming in now with Don Presley, an end, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Parkview Patriots from their own 15-yard line. They're also going into the wind, so if they can hold here, Giles will get good field position. Nettles calling signals, I formation. Quick pitch back on the right side to Capola. Capola over the 20, fighting his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And Mark Chapman did a good job there to keep the first down from happening. The actual tackle was made by Cecil Austin. But Mark Chapman hit him high as Austin had him low and kept him from getting any additional yardage. As it was a fine run by Capola. And we'll see, it'll be a 3rd down and 2 situation, a short 2 for the Parkview Patriots. Ball 23, they need to make it up to the 25-yard line. They go with that power I formation. David Bell and back in the backfield now. Handoff straight ahead, and I do not believe that Pinkett made the first down. Just have to wait and see where they make his forward progress, but it looks like it's going to be short, somewhere around the 24 and a half yard line. They needed to cross the 25 to get the first. So it'll be 3rd down at about less than a yard, but Giles should get the ball back now on a punt.
Well, that was just a big defensive play for the Spartans, Jeff, because he only needed about 2 yards to get the first down, and now it's 4th down. 4th and a long one, and they're going to give the ball up.
Leon King standing back around his own 43-yard line to get the punt by Loggeman. The punt may have been partially blocked. It went straight up in the air, and it's going to go out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's a break. That's a break, too, because now the Spartans are going to get the ball deep into Parkview territory. I believe that ball's going to be spotted on about the 26, 27-yard line.
There was a good rush there, but I didn't see anybody get a hand on it. He may have just flat out shanked that one straight up in the air, and then it took a good Giles bounce after it hit the ground. So the ball's going to be nose into the 25, 1st and 10 for the Spartans there. They trail by 4 at 18-14. We're early in the second half of play. Signals in the single wing. It goes to Greg King straight ahead, and Greg gets up to the 15-yard line. I believe picked up and up for the first down. And if so, that would be the first down here in the second half for the Spartans. So it is a first down, the 8th of the ball game, the first there in the second half for the Giles Spartans, and they have 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Parkview Sterling. So this half starting off for Giles the way the first half started off for the Parkview Patriots. Again, the single wing here on 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Goes to Leon King off right tackle. There's a hole. He's inside the 10-yard line. So pickup of about 5 on the play. Stop was made by a big man, Don Presley, number 85.
Ball almost on the 10-yard line. It is on the 10-yard line, and that was a good run by Leon. The offensive line now for the Spartans seem to be getting a better jump on that defensive line than they did in the first half, Jeff.
It's 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line of Parkview Sterling now for the Giles Spartans, trailing 18-14 in the ball game. Greg King straight ahead. He's got some room. 5. He's in for the score. Greg King goes 10 yards for the touchdown and puts Giles ahead for the first time in the ball game.
Well, that was just a good, excellent run by Greg King, Jeff, and he just picked his hole and worked his way right on down there for that 10-yard touchdown run. And the Spartans are leading for the first time today, and the Spartan crowd is going wild.
It's 20-18 now. Giles in front. And we'll see what's coming up here for the Spartans are going to be going for a 2-point conversion. Try to put it out of reach of a field goal if the score would remain this way. Snap goes to Greg King, back to Leon King, looking for a pass in the end zone, and it's dropped by Greg Mance. So the extra point attempt, no good. But with 7:26 remaining in the third quarter of play, the score, Giles 20, Parkview Sterling 18. We'll be back after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
When fire strikes, it's never fun, and it's always unexpected. Each year, untold millions of dollars of property damage is inflicted by fire. Sadly enough, a high percentage of that property was not fully covered by fire insurance. That's why you should see Junior Huntley and Paul Wagner of Huntley Wagner Insurance in Parisburg. From Huntley Insurance, it's Go Spartans.
Okay, we're back at Giles Stadium, and we are ready to go with the kickoff by the Giles Spartans. And Giles likes this a little bit better, Harold, kicking off rather than receiving. They did a lot of receiving in the first half.
They sure did, and I'm sure that you can't overlook this offensive team for Parkview because they've got a good ball club. Here's a kick.
Muncie nails one. Capola gets it at the 5, 10, 15. He's up across the 20, up to the 24-yard line. Charlie Mullins made the stop on the play. And this ball game getting a little bit wild now as Parkview Sterling got the first 3 touchdowns of the ball game, and the Giles Spartans have gotten the last 3. The difference in the ball game is the 2 extra point kicks that were good by Bobby Muncie. Giles went for a 2-point conversion this last time, a pass Leon King to Greg Mance, and that didn't work, but everything else has as far as the Spartans since about midway through the second quarter. Parkview on the offense, I formation. Rocky Capola gets nailed in the backfield, back around the 21-yard line. He got hit hard and turned around, and you got to give some credit to Rocky Capola for hanging on to that football.
I tell you got to give credit to both of them for getting up. That was a hard hit. That was like 2 trucks running together, and I believe that was Greg King that hit him, or Chuck Stone maybe, and well, I tell you, that was a hard lick.
Well, that was a blur. That was like that was your classic immovable object against irresistible force there. They really collided. Capola did a good job to hang on to that, but it's a 2-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now for Parkview Sterling, again from the I formation. Nettles calling the signals, back to pass, looking for his tight end, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Chip Buckman. The pass was there, he just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, that pass hit him right in the chest, but he couldn't hold on. His quarterback throws the ball real hard, Jeff.
I was going to say, he really fired that one, didn't he? I have an idea if they want to. Parkview Sterling can go deep. If they got anybody who can get down there fast enough, he can let it fly. So it'll bring up a big 3rd down and 12 situation, and the Giles Spartan fans up and chanting now to the defense to hold them here because, again, Parkview going into the wind, and Giles could get good field position if they can hold on this 3rd and 12 situation. Nettles rolling to his left, looking to pass. He has a man down there, Capola, and the pass is overthrown once again. Steve Chafin back defending. There was good coverage. Mark Chapman also back there. And again, it was Rocky Capola down the left sideline. There was a little bit of room between him and the defender, but the pass overthrown. So we see the kicking team come out, and the last time the kick went negative yardage.
Well, I tell you, I think the kicker, the punter on that last time just got off a bad kick. He was being rushed. I don't think the defender touched the ball, however, and he's going to try it again.
Steve Scott Lagerman, rather, back to punt. Gets a good snap this time. Gets this one away in better fashion. Leon King's going to let it hit it at the 45 across his midfield down into Giles territory over the 45 to the 43-yard line. So the Spartans will get good field position with 6:04 remaining in the third quarter of play, and Giles in front 20-18. This is the State Group AA State Championship ball game. Brought to you on WNRV in Narrows by Giles Shoe Center, by the Giles Chamber of Commerce, by Huntley Wagner Insurance, by the Selco Plant, by Davis Radio and TV, Michener Chevrolet Oldsmobile, by First Virginia Bank West, by Foodland in Rich Creek, and by your hometown pharmacy in Pembroke. Single wing formation as Timmy Martin's calling the signals for the Spartans. Goes to Greg King, to Martin, back to Leon King, looking to pass, and it's intercepted by Rocky Capola, intended for Greg Mance. It was behind Greg. and picked off by Rocky Capola. It's the 4th turnover of the ball game for the Giles Spartans.
Well, I'm sure Coach Ragsdale didn't want that. Leon's pass was thrown well, and he had a man open there, but Capola just came out of nowhere and picked that pass off.
Okay, Parkview Sterling now gets a good opportunity as they dramatically improve their field position now at the Giles 47-yard line, with still 5.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd period, and we have a whale of a ball game going. Parkview scored the first 3 times in this game, up 18-0, and it's been Giles since then take the lead 20-18 for the Patriots in Giles territory after the pass interception. Giles has had 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 lost fumbles in this ball game. The ball's at the Giles 33-yard line. Rocky Capola goes wide to the right side, split backfield behind Nettles on this 2nd and 8. Nettles rolling to his right, pitches back to Pinkett, looking for running room. Gets over the 25, across the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, that was an excellent run, and I don't see a flag on the field anywhere. An excellent run by Pinkett as he took the pitch out from the quarterback and then cut back against the grain and ran it in for the touchdown.
33 yards.
34 yards. Touchdown run.
4:07 remaining in the 3rd period of play. Pinkett gets his 4th touchdown of the ball game. He's well over 150 yards rushing on the day. He's having quite a ball game.
Excellent looking runner. Runs the ball very well.
That makes it 24-20. In favor of Parkview Sterling, they're going for 2. John Nettles gets it back to Pinkett. Why not? He's going for it. He's got it. Pinkett gets the 2-point conversion, and that makes it 26-20 in favor of the Parkview Patriots. We'll be back right after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
Our Selco plant here in Giles County, just a short distance from Spartan Stadium here at Giles High School. Would like to congratulate the Spartans on their excellent football season and wish them well in today's important ball game. Selco is people concerned about you and your community.
I could be wrong, Harold, but as we get set for this kickoff, there's 4:07 remaining in the 3rd period, and I don't believe there's been a penalty in this ball game. I don't think I've seen a flag fly, and we've had a lot of long plays.
Not a penalty in the ball game, and this is the most points been scored against Giles all year.
26-20, and here's the kick. And it's a short one. Greg Mance is going to take it at the 18, over the 20, cuts to his left at the 25, cuts inside at the 30, up to about the 32-yard line. So Giles will take over at their own 32-yard line, trailing once again, 26-20 in the ball game. And it's been a good one. This Parkview Sterling team has impressed me.
They are a good ball club. There's no question about that, and it's obvious now while they're in the championship game here.
I want to remind you that you're listening to Group AA Championship Football Playoff Action on WNRV, Narrows, Parisburg, Virginia. Okay, Spartans up to the line of scrimmage, their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick pitch right side to Leon King. He's got some room. Leon cuts it in at the 35 and is run out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Running on the right side on the pitch out with blocking out in front of him by Don Sparks and Mike Ratliff. And Leon gets up to about the 38-yard line.
About a 5-yard pickup on the play, maybe just a shade more. We'll call it 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans with 3:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Parkview Sterling leading at the half, fell behind, and has now gone back ahead 26-20. It's going to be short of the 1st down by a couple of yards. So a 3rd and 2 situation for the Giles Spartans presents itself here in the 3rd period of play. In a wild ball game. It was 18-0 Parkview Sterling, then 18-7, then 18-14 at the half. Then the Spartans went out in front 20-18, and after an interception, Parkview's come back to take the lead 26-20. Leon King sweeping the right side, looking for 2. He's got it over the 45 to the 46-yard line. The tackle made by David Bell.
Good run and a big important 1st down as it moves the ball up to about the 46-yard line with 3:03 left in the ball game.
You can't ask for much more in a football game. When you get to this level, you expect good football in a state championship ball game, and we've seen it this afternoon. At least good offense, I'll tell you, and a lot of hitting out there. Greg Mann sweeping the left side on a reverse. He's open at the 50 across the 45-yard line, and there's the first penalty of the day. We're going to have a face mask penalty.
That's it, and that is the first penalty of the day. I tell you, Greg Mance had a lot of running room over there, and I'm sure that the defender on that play from Parkview probably didn't have a whole lot of choice except grab him by the face mask. But that's what it's going to be, and that's a break here for the Spartans.
That is the first penalty in this ball game against either team. The first time a flag is flown, and that says something for the caliber of football out here and the way these two teams are coached. They're talking to Timmy Martin. There's not much doubt, I think, that Giles will take the penalty. It's a first down play, a pickup of about close to 10 yards. We're going to have a 15-yarder tacked on to that. So it's going to be about a 25-yard play, and the Giles fans up and cheering loudly on that one as it gives the Spartans excellent field position now just inside the 30-yard line of Parkview Sterling.
Well, the third quarter winding down, 2:43 left. A big break for the Spartans and a good run by Greg Mance, and then that penalty tacked on 15 more yards. So here we go.
Single wing formation. Pitch back to Leon King, again sweeping the right side. Gets a good block, free at the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Don Sparks threw a good block there. He had two people. He knocked them both off balance, but couldn't get them both down. And 4-yard pickup on the play by Leon King.
Leon King using his blocking very well that time, but the Parkview defense certainly keying on that play.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third period of play. 26-20, Parkview Sterling in front. It's been back and forth. And the Giles Spartans trying to go back in front, tie it with a touchdown. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It'll be fourth down, and sometimes you say inches. This is fourth down and an inch. I mean, this was really close. They were down on their knees looking at this one. So the Spartans need about an inch on fourth down, but you still got to pick it up or you turn the ball over. Let's see what the Spartans come up with. So referee signals the clock back to run.
Big play from the wing tee now.
Timmy Martin will take the snap from center. He wants a timeout. Something went wrong there, and Martin at least had the presence of mind to call a timeout before the Spartans were called for too much time or something that could have put him in serious jeopardy.
I think what they were trying to do was to come out over the ball and give the cadence and try to force Parkview to jump off sides.
Well, that's a possibility, but that didn't work. There's timeout on the field. 26-20, Parkview in front. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
This person lost it, a brown hex bag and a macrame broom. If you should find this, we'd appreciate on your way out.
Okay, the ball's at the 20-yard line. Just inches are needed for the first down, and Tim Martin over on the sidelines talking to Steve Rangsdale, seeing what sort of play they're going to come up with. You don't want to get too fancy here because you don't want to take the chance of a fumble or something. You also don't want to take the chance of a play that's in any way, shape, or form a little bit slow developing, and several of the plays out of the single wing is probably one reason why they shifted to the wing T, at least momentarily. We'll see what Steve Rangsdale's come up for his team here on this fourth and inch situation, and that's what it is, just 1 inch for the first down inside the 20-yard line of Parkview Sterling. Giles trailing by 6, 26-20.
Big play. Now
they shift back to the single wing. Snap goes to Greg King. They flip it back to Leon King. He's free at the 15, cuts inside to the 10. Well, I'll tell you, Steve Ragsdale showed some guts there.
That was some kind of play. You know, I think everybody was looking on that series of play for Greg King to take the ball up the middle, and instead he gave the ball to the blocking back Timmy Martin, who pitched out to Leon King around the right side, and he picked up enough for 2 first downs on that play, didn't he?
I'll tell you, obviously the chance you take is that's one of the slower developing plays, as 3 people in the backfield are touching the ball before the play really gets going, but it worked, and that's what you need. First and 10 from just outside the 10. Could pick up a first down. Greg Mance sweeping the left side, looking for some running room. Super tackle made it the 9-yard line. That was a great defensive play by Alan Pinkett, who's been doing it on offense. He did it on defense. Looked like Greg Mance had some running room there. Hesitated just a bit, and Pinkett made the big play.
It looked like Greg was open or could run the left side, but it's hard to tell at our angle. Pinkett made some kind of super defensive play to stop Greg Mance.
Well, the key was that I think Pinkett really cut down on his angle. From here, it looked like it was open, but obviously Greg Mance saw Pinkett coming and had to make a move of some sort, and the defensive man just stayed with him. It'll be 2nd and 9 from just outside the 9. Greg King straight up the middle of the 5. He's in for the score.
Well, there's that play. Greg King running up the middle on the fake handoff to the blocking back, and here the score shifts again. The Spartans are tied up, and it's give and take now, and quite a ball game, Jeff.
I'll tell you it is. Now we're all tied up just like the beginning of this ball game, and Bobby Muncie will come on to attempt the extra point. Both touchdowns this half. Greg King runs up the middle. The first one 10 yards, this one 9 yards. Makes it 26 all.
Holding for Bobby Muncie.
And Bobby Muncie on an all-important extra point attempt right here. Snap is good. The kick is up. It looks good from here. It is. So with 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the score, Giles 27, Parkview Sterling 26. We'll be back after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
Michener Chevrolet Olds AMC Jeep Renault wishes the very best of luck to our Giles High Spartans in their quest for the state 2A football championship. We congratulate all the players and coaches for a super effort during the course of the season. It takes quite a sacrifice by all of them to accomplish what they have done this year, and the fan support for all our area teams has been phenomenal and is a real tribute to the people of this area. Hats off to all of you, and may the best team win, the Giles High Spartans.
Well, we don't know who the best team is for sure yet, at least as far as the outcome of the score. I know who the Giles fans know who the best team is in their minds, but the ball game just going back and forth, and it's a good one.
I tell you, both of these clubs are to be commended. They're playing super football. We've had some great plays, and you said earlier we've had one penalty. That's all, and we're ready to go now with Muncie's kickoff.
Championship football at its best. Bobby Muncie to kick off. Coppola and Pinkett back deep. Pinkett's going to field it at around the 11. Goes straight forward over the 15, the 20, and he goes down at the 25-yard line hard. So Parkview Sterling will take over. That probably, in all likelihood, was the last play of the quarter, as the clock will start here momentarily. There's 8 seconds on the clock, and the official's going to run it now as the defense gets on the field for Giles, and Parkview Sterling's not going to get off a play. That's going to be the end of the third period of play with the score, Giles 27, Parkview Sterling 26. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action right after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
RCA has been a leader in television technology for years, and Davis Radio and TV is your RCA dealer in Parisburg. Davis Radio and TV carries the full line of RCA televisions, from 13-inch color portables all the way up to the big 25-inch RCA consoles with remote control, as well as RCA's full line of black and white portables. RCA is making television better and better. See the all-new RCA Color Track and the XL100 and you'll agree. Lay away now for the holidays at Davis Radio and TV, South Main Street in Parisburg.
Well, sometimes we say we're back with the fourth and final period, but that's not necessarily the case here this afternoon. As we said, if this game ends in a tie, they're going to keep on playing the playoff system until the ball game is won by somebody. So that's a possibility. We have 12 minutes back up on the clock. Giles scored 2 touchdowns on a 10 and 9-yard run by Greg King here in the third period. And in between that, Alan Pinkett went 34 yards for a touchdown. So both teams have had the lead in the third period of play, and for the first time today we start a quarter with Giles in front. 27-26, Parkview Sterling has the ball. First and 10 from their own 25. Nettles rolling to the right. Now pitches back to his running back Terrence Lardy, and he's hit for a loss by Greg Mance and Chuck Stone. That play awfully slow in developing there. It was a option play to the right side. Nettles looked like he was going to pass it first of all, but was slow in getting the pitch back off, and the defense for Giles able to come up and make the play. So it'll be a 2nd and 12 situation. And since about midway through the second period of play, Giles defense has pretty much shut down Parkview Sterling, with the exception of that long touchdown run after the turnover.
That's correct. This Pinkett, as we've said over and over, is just a super runner. And he's quick and fast, and he's back there now, tailback.
Nettles back to pass, looking for his tight end. He's hitting the backfield for a loss. He's going to go down back around the 15. They're going to mark it around the 20-yard line.
Barry Farmer and Alvin Martin, both the big tackles, coming in there to take care of Nettles, and made him eat the ball and lost back to the 20-yard line.
So we'll have a 3rd and about 16 situation now. I'll call 3rd and 15 situation for the Parkview Sterling, and look for the Patriots to put the ball up in the air. But we got all kinds of time left in this ball game. 10 minutes and 40 seconds now remaining, as a wide receiver, David Bell, who can fly, goes out of the flanker position on the left side. Deep I formation behind Nettles, the quarterback. Nettles, he's going to pass. Gets a fake. Now he rolls to his left. Still looking. He's hit as he lets it go, and it is incomplete. David Bell was the intended receiver. And who was that who got back there to hit him? Ratcliffe.
That was Mike Ratcliffe, Jeff, and I tell you, that really, he had some men open on that play, and that rush from Mike Ratcliffe and Barry Farmer was also rushing on the play, and that saved that from turning into a first down.
That's what did it, because the pass was just short, and he was hit just after he got rid of the ball, so you know he was thinking about it. And again, Giles looking for good field position off of the Scott Loggeman punt. Leon King standing back around his own 45. Loggeman gets it away. It's a low one. Again, it won't be fielded by King, and it takes a Parkview bounce over the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. So Giles going to have good field position at their own 43-yard line with 10:14 remaining in the regulation part of this ball game, at least, and the Spartans in front 27-26.
Well, the Spartans will certainly try to use up as much clock as they can, and I'm sure they like to get down and get on the scoreboard one more time, because if they could run about 5 or 6 minutes off that clock and get a touchdown, it would certainly help them in their chances here. 9:39 left.
Okay, it'll be 2nd down and 8 now for the Spartans from their own 45-yard line. Greg King to Martin, back to Leon King, sweeping the right side. He's over the 45, across midfield, down to the 46-yard line of Parkview Sterling, and it's up for another first down.
And a good block over there. I believe that's number 64, Mike Ratcliffe, throwing a super block. Don Sparks also leading the way for Leon King, as the ball now is in Parkview territory.
That's what the Spartans wanted. They wanted to be able to pick up some first downs, hopefully culminating in a score, but time will become a factor, although it isn't quite yet. Just over 9 minutes remaining. It'll be less than 9 after this play. 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 46 to Parkview Sterling. Greg King straight ahead. He breaks free at the 45-yard line, made it up to about the 39-yard line of a pickup of about 7 yards.
Greg King was hit back about the 43-yard line, and he just kept moving and moving those legs as he got a lot of power in his legs, moving the ball on down to the 40-yard line, and it was a good run by Greg King.
Officially, they give him 6 yards. At this sort of pace in the ball game, if Giles can keep it on the ground, they can use up about 30 seconds per play, maybe a little bit more. Leon King on a keeper. He's free at the 35, made it up to the 34-yard line. Looked like there might have been more there for a minute.
Yeah, number 56 for the Parkview Patriots making a good play.
Scott Loggeman, that's their punter. As Leon King broke into the open, he tried to make a move to the left and was just cut down by Loggeman. 8:15 remaining in the ball game, 27-26. Giles in front. They have 7 first downs here in this second half. They had 7 in the first half, so a total of 14 in the ball game. Leon King on the power sweep on the right side. A flag is thrown as he crosses the 30 down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. There's our second flag of the day, and you usually see that around area where you're going to get holding or clipping, something like that.
I'm afraid that's going to go against the Spartans. It is. It's holding. So that'll move the ball back.
7:59 remaining in the contest. It's going to be a 15-yard holding penalty. So the down will remain the first down for Giles. Would be 1st and 25 instead of 1st and 10. As the Spartans pick up their first penalty of the day. And there's only been one against Parkview Sterling. You can't say too much about the way these young men have played this football game. It's been a well-played, clean football game. The Spartans have had some problems with turnovers. 2 fumbles by Leon King early and a couple of pass interceptions that they've lost. At least 2 of those turnovers have led to scores by Parkview Sterling. But other than that, both teams have played extremely well. Parkview dominated the early part of this ball game, about the first quarter and a half. Since then, Giles has been the dominating team, and we have a close ball game. Straight ahead, Greg King, and he made it perhaps up to the 45-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 20 situation. The Spartans going into the wind here in the final 7.5 minutes of this ball game, and the breeze is blowing a fair amount. Shouldn't affect any of the short passing. If you got to get into throwing the ball long, it may have some effect. 2nd and 20 for Giles from Parkview's 45-yard line. Leon King Greg King on a direct snap, throws it to Leon on the left side. 45, 40, up to the 35, the 30-yard line to the 28. And I'll tell you something else tonight. Leon King lost his mouthpiece on that play. And you know, in high school football, you have to have your mouthpiece in your mouth. Otherwise, you're going to get called for an illegal equipment call. And Leon had the presence of mind. Now, I'm sure he lost it during that play someplace. He had the presence of mind to get his mouthpiece back, so there wouldn't be any chance of him losing the play because of the call, and he picked up the yardage all the way to the 29-yard line. So it brings up a 3rd and long 4 situation. Leon King sweeping the right side, cuts back inside, hurls forward, short of the first down at around the 26-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th and maybe about a yard or so to go. Maybe a little bit more than that for a first down.
Well, it's 4th down, and this is a big one. And it's probably going to be closer to 2 yards, 4th and 2. I'm sure that Coach Ragdale is going to go for it here. Of course, he's in close enough that if he turns the ball over, he's got to rely on his defense to hold him and maybe get a break. There's 4 left.
Right, no percentage in punting because if you put it in the end zone, you only pick up 6 or 7 yards. Okay, it'll be 4th and 2. Goes to Leon King, right side. He's got it. Cuts inside and gets down to the 20. Super effort by Leon King, sidestepping a tackler, I believe Don Presley, who was put down hard by Greg King, who was leading the blocking.
Well, that was just a fine run, and more important than anything right now is the fact that the time is really expiring on that clock, and I know that's what the Spartans want to do with a 1-point lead, and if they can get it down and get it into the end zone here, it would be a big factor in this ball game.
Well, that particular series had to really inspire the Spartans and the Spartans faithful. Leon King off the right side down to the 15-yard line. The reason I say that is we were talking about we had a 1st and 25 situation after the penalty against Giles, and they came back and in 4 plays took it 25 or 30 yards, and sometimes you can get demoralized when you're facing 1st and 25, but the Giles Spartans just took everything in hand and made it work. Now down at the 15-yard line with a 2nd and 5 situation from there, and Parkview Sterling wants a timeout to talk it over. 5:10 remaining in the ball game. It's 27-26. Giles will be back right after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
After the completion of the football game, if everyone will remain in the stands or remain off of the playing field for a short time after the game.
Parkview Sterling taking the timeout. We want to remind you these games are brought to you on WNRV by the Giles Shoe Center, by the Giles Chamber of Commerce, by Hundley Wagner Insurance, by Selco, by Davis Radio and TV, by Bitcher Chevrolet Oldsmobile, by First Virginia Bank West, Foodland in Rich Creek, and by your hometown pharmacy in Pembroke. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. 27-26 Giles. And what a game this has been. Back and forth.
Just a super game, Jeff, and I guess what one might expect in a state championship game where the 2 winners of all the playoff games up to this point come together to battle it out to see who's going to be the state AA champion for 1980. And both teams, as we've said, are certainly deserving to be in this championship game today.
No doubt about it. You don't always get what you expect in these championship games, but today it's been as advertised. Leon King off the right side. He's down to the 10. The 5, still on his feet. Did he make it? He did. In the end zone. Leon King made a super move at the flag to go in for the TD. And the bandana bunch of Giles High School up on their feet.
Well, that was a great run, and as we said earlier, Jeff, they needed to use a lot of time off that clock, and that's exactly what they did, and running the ball down, and now it's a 7-point lead, and what do you do here? You try to go for the 1 point to, make sure that they've got to score twice to beat you, or at least go for 2 if they score. So they're going to go for 2, I believe.
They're going to go for 2. And lining up the line of scrimmage, Timmy Martin calling signals. Greg King straight ahead, and he doesn't make it. So that'll leave Giles with a 7-point lead, 33-26 with 5:04 remaining in the game. We'll be back right after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
A scat check from First Virginia Bank looks no different from a regular check. But there's a whopping difference, and that difference makes scat better than any regular checking account. Because with First Virginia Bank Scat, you can earn 5% interest on your checking money. And Scat can also provide you with checking free from service charges. Scat differences are Scat advantages for you. So get the facts today. Then switch to the best interest checking plan there is, Scat, at First Virginia Bank.
First Virginia Bank West with locations in Parisburg, Pembroke, Narrows, and Rich Creek.
Well, the Giles Spartans have gone back into a 7-point lead now at 33-26 as the extra point, 2-point conversion by Greg King was no good. And we have Giles kicking off the Parkview Sterling. Still plenty of time in this ball game. 5:04. Parkview Sterling can throw the football, and they got the wind with them. Bobby Muncie kicks a high one. It's going to be short. Taken by Pinkett at the 25. He's across the 30, up to the 35. Still on his feet up to the 38, and again just dragging people with him. That young man makes my all-state team. Double A.
You know, Jeff, both of these teams are very explosive, and I'm sure that this is going through every fan's mind here today that this team from Parkview can break one either on the ground or through the air in a hurry, as can the Spartans. They're both explosive scoring ball clubs.
The key so far to holding down the passing attack by Parkview Sterling has been the good rush that the defensive line's been able to get on the quarterback Nettles. That's Lardy off the right side as he crosses the 45 up to the 46-yard line. It's a good pickup of about 7 on the play, and Steve Ragsdale shouting encouragement to his defensive team, as the fans across the way are also doing, for the Spartan defenses. That was a good pickup by Lardy.
Game winding down now with 4:20 left in the ball game. Spartans on top 33-26.
Wide to the left goes David Bell, and he can move. He's going to be covered by Steve Chapin out there. High formation behind Nettles. Nettles gives it to Pinkett off the right side. He's over the 50 to the 49. It's enough for the first down. Tackle made by Greg Mance. And there's some young men who have been beaten up pretty well in there, both offensively and defensively today. They haven't been coming off the field injured, but they've been getting up slowly. Greg King got up a little slowly that time.
You know, I'm sure that none of these boys want to come out of that ball game now. They want to stay in there, and this is the last game of the season in the state championship game. They want to be there.
First down for Parkview Sterling in Giles territory. Again, the quarterback sneak by Nettles. They've tried it 3 times now in the ball game. Charlie Mullins made the stop down to 45 after a pickup of about 4. So again, Parkview tries that play straight up the middle. The only other time I've seen that play run all year was Blacksburg did it a couple of times against Christiansburg in the Christiansburg ball game that helped them. You don't normally see the quarterback on an intentional sneak up the middle on first down, but we've seen it 3 times today. Rocky Capoli wide left now, split backfield. It's Bell and Pinkett. Pinkett gets it off the right side. He just runs right over Greg Mance down to the 38-yard line. Charlie Mullins made the stop, but Pinkett just put his head down and barreled over Greg Mance. Good play by Charlie Mullins to stop him at the 38, but not before Parkview Sterling gets another first down.
Well, that's a good second effort by Pinkett, and he's a good runner, fine runner.
Well, now Parkview Sterling trailing by 7 causes Giles to take a timeout with 2:59 remaining in the game. It's Giles 33 and Parkview Sterling 26. We'll be back after we pause for this 30-second timeout. Okay, looking at it realistically now, Parkview Sterling, even though they're behind in this ball game, if they can put a drive together, they have the clock working with them. As they're behind by 7 points, a touchdown and a 1-point conversion if they decide to try for the tie, assuming they score, or it leaves open the option of going for a 2-point conversion and having a 1-point difference one way or the other. Steve Ragsdale wanted to check with his defense and make some adjustments, calling timeout. Now Parkview Sterling comes back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the Giles 38-yard line. John Nettles, the quarterback, looking to pass. Fakes once, lets it fly downfield, and it's off the hands of Mark Chapman. Chapman making a good defensive play as the tight end Joe Boone was the intended receiver.
Well, I know Mark wanted to pick that ball off. That was hit him right in the hands, but it was high, and he had to leap for it. But
it was high, and it was fired hard. Boone had sort of split the defensive secondary there. Chapman was in front, and Greg Mance was behind. But if that pass maybe perhaps had been lobbed in there, it had a chance of being completed. But the defensive secondary's done a good job, and the pressure on the quarterback's been good today for Giles. That's been the key. Okay, 2nd down and 10 from the 38 of Giles for Parkview as Nettles calls signals, almost fumbled the football, flips it left side to Pinkett, looking for running room. He's to the 35, the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He scored, did he? He did.
Yes, he did.
Stayed in bounds. 33 to 32. 38-yard run by Alan Pinkett. Well,
I tell you, he runs well. He's been a super ball player here today, and he carries the ball real well. That was a big run there and a big touchdown. 2:45 left. Giles has a 1-point lead, and I'm sure now we're going to look and see what they're going to do.
Well, that's going to be the key to it. Now, Parkview Sterling's only attempted one kick of an extra point. That was after the first touchdown, and it was a poor kick wide to the right. I believe we're going to see the 2-point attempt right here. So it's going to be 1 point one way or the other after this play. Nettles calling signals. Nettles gives it to Pinkett. He's short of the mark. Giles holds. And with 2:45 remaining in the game, the score, Giles 33, Parkview Sterling 32. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Here are wise words for hungry people. Prepare a feast, still pay the least when you shop Foodland in Rich Creek. Be it basics or specialty foods, Foodland always has an attractive selection and almost always the best prices too. Your food dollars do a little more at the Foodland store in Rich Creek. Foodland congratulates the Spartans on their Super Football season. Foodland in Rich Creek.
Alan Pinkett went 38 yards for the touchdown. His attempted extra point was no good. Pinkett scored 5 touchdowns in this ball game. And he has also gotten a 2-point conversion. So he scored all 32 points.
Yes, he has. You know, this ball game is far from over, Jeff. There's 2:45 left. And I think Coach Scott did the smart thing in going for 2. You don't have much time left. His first kick on the extra point was wide, and why not?
And they don't try the onside kick. They kick it deep. This one better get in the end zone for Giles. It does. Leon King didn't field that ball, and it was slowing down pretty good around the goal line. That could have been trouble. But it got in the end zone, so the Spartans will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Well, here our offense has got to move the ball now and eat up that clock. You got a 1-point lead. You just want to run off the clock and try to pick up the first downs and be holding on to it when the game ends, because with a 1-point lead, right now a fumble or a pass interception would certainly be very costly, and I'm sure that the boys are going to be trying to move the ball on the ground and holding on to that football. A lot of time left.
Giles 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Leon King sweeping the right side, gets up to about the 21. Giles needs 2 first downs at least to run the clock down. Just checking here, Harold. Alan Pinkett has now tied the record for most touchdowns in a ball game. Mickey Rogers held that with 5 touchdowns against Amherst in 1974, and he's broken the record for most points in a ball game. That had been 30. On those 5 touchdowns by Mickey Rogers, he has 32 with a 2-point conversion that he got also. So he's had a career this afternoon. Leon King again off the right side, looking for some running room. He gets stacked up on second effort, gets up to the 25-yard line. And Parkview Sterling wants a timeout. 2:02 remaining in the game. It's Giles 33, Parkview Sterling 32. We'll be back after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
Giles Shoe Center has the right shoes for everything you do. During the pre-Christmas sale at Giles Shoe Center, you save 10% on work and hunting boots, Western-style boots, men's dress boots, ladies and children's fashion boots, and waterproof boots, and save 10% too on house shoes and slippers, women's dress and casual shoes, plus Converse and other brand athletic shoes, including Converse All-Star leather basketball shoes. Giles Shoe Center on Winona Avenue in Parisburg is also your H&R Block tax office.
Well, nobody needs much explanation of what the situation is here now. Giles 33, Parkview Sterling 32. There's 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the ball game. Giles has the ball at their own 25 and are faced with a 3rd and 5 situation. So it's just that simple. You got to make the 5 yards. You give the football up.
And they don't want to do that now with this much time left.
Here's the play. Greg King straight ahead, or Leon rather, scoots to the outside. He's got it.
Oh, what a play.
What? Absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable. No question about it. He was stopped. He probably was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he just shifted and jumping around and moving around and got a first down, and what an important first down that was.
He moves laterally as quickly as anybody I've ever seen. He was stopped, as you say, at the line of scrimmage, maybe in back of it, and just scooted to the right side. I didn't think he had a chance in the world of making that first down, and what an important one that is. The clock now running with 1:45 remaining, and Giles needs another first down on the ground here, and if they can hold on to the football, Maybe it. Leon King sweeping the right side, looking for running room, crosses the 35-yard line up to about the 36. Parkview Sterling's going to stop the clock for what I think is their last time out with 1:27 remaining in the game. Giles 33, Parkview Sterling 32. We'll be back after we pause for this 30-second timeout.
Bad luck seems to come in bunches. Fortunately, we can be prepared for it with one stop. Just a short stop at Hundley Wagner Insurance Agency on Winona Avenue in Parisburg, and you're ready to face the future with confidence, knowing that all the important things are covered. Protection for your home and car insurance are worth a great deal more in protection than the small amount you pay in premiums. So see Junior Hundley or Paul Wagner for all your insurance needs. They're at Hundley Wagner Insurance Agency, Winona Avenue in Parisburg.
1:27 remaining in the contest. It's 2nd down and 5 for Giles. Leading by a point, 33-32 from the 37-yard line, their own 37. Goes to Leon King off the right side once again. He fights forward close to the 40-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. I think Parkview Sterling has used all of their timeouts.
I believe they have, and time is running off now. 1:14 left, and we got a 3rd down and what, a 3rd and 3?
That's what it is. And if this first down can be picked up, Giles can just fall on the football and win the football game.
That's right. This is a big, important play. And I tell you, not a person has left this stadium. I think everybody is, well, they're not glued to their seat. They're standing.
50 seconds remaining in the contest. The clock is running. Single wing. The snap goes to Leon King. He goes straight forward. He fights up for a first down. It's going to be close. I think he got it. I think he got it on second effort, but it's going to be very close. It all depends where the officials mark.
Well, it is going to be very close, and we're going to see where they put the football down. And no, I'm not sure he's got it now.
They say it's a first down, Harold.
Oh, it is. Oh, what a play. Seconds ticking off. 39. We're moving down.
Leon King on 2 super individual efforts has picked up 2 first downs.
What running he did there. 25 seconds left. The fans on the Spartan side are really standing up now, and they're cheering. And I tell you, this Parkview ball club's got nothing to be ashamed of. What a terrific ball club they are.
We get the delay of game penalty against the Spartans with 16 seconds left to go. So the Spartans will have to run one more play, and this ball game's going to be over.
After the game is over, they will have the award presentation on the field.
There's not much you can say.
Oh, what a game.
The Spartans need to run one more play and hold on to the football. There's 16 seconds left. Parkview's got no timeouts. It goes to Greg King. He falls on it. Leon falls on top of him, and that's going to be the ball game. The Giles Spartans, the 1980 Group AA state champions for the state of Virginia, an undefeated 14-0 season, and a tremendous come-from-behind 33-32 victory today.
Well, what a game, what a ball game, and I tell you, the fans are piling onto the field. They're trying to get them off because they're going to give the presentations. But this Parkview school has really put up some kind of a battle today. This is the toughest school and the toughest game the Spartans have been in all year. And they deserve second place in the state. There's no question about that. They got a fine ball club. We just can't give them enough credit. But our boys came through in fine fashion. 2 big third down plays that resulted in first downs in the fourth quarter that enabled us to keep the ball, hold on to the football, and be state champions of 1980, the Giles Spartans.
We'll be back right after we pause for this 60-second timeout.
Our Selco plant here in Giles County, just a short distance from Spartan Stadium here at Giles High School. We'd like to congratulate the Spartans on their excellent football season and wish them well in today's important ball game. Selco is people, people concerned about you and your community.
Welcome to our great county, Parkview patriots and fans. The Giles County Chamber of Commerce is proud of the Spartans football team for advancing to the state AA championships. They're also proud of the Narrows Green Wave for their fine football season. Giles County is packed with enthusiastic and high-caliber football. Also deserving of your support are the hundreds of fine Giles County businesses that offer you shopping variety and savings. You're listening to and watching the state's best AA football, and the Giles County Chamber of Commerce is happy to be a part of it.
Well, we're going to have the award ceremony momentarily. We now have Bob Whitehead with Gary Clark. Congratulations, Gary.
Gary, how about this ball game?
Oh, that's tremendous. That's great. That's the best thing that ever happened in Giles County, right?
I think a lot of people underestimated Parkview. They're a tremendous ball club.
A great ball club.
And they've got a runner there that any college would love to have, I'm sure.
He's super. He's the best thing we've seen all year long. He's tough as he can be.
Gary, your work was not in vain. You've got the 1980 championship here. It really feels good. It feels good for us. I can imagine how you feel.
It feels great, Bob.
Okay, Gary, I know you want to get out there with the boys. There's going to be a presentation out here in the field. You two want to take this back. Harold Chafin will be going to the locker room in a few moments, and we're going to make it today, they tell me, Harold. How about that? Everybody's going to be a winner today.
We're going to work our way down.
Look at those bandana fans. Nobody is left here. They're all over there on the hillside, and they're really enjoying this. They've waited a long time. They're deserving of the 1980 AA state championship.
It's really too bad there's no excitement here, isn't it? I'll tell you, what a great sight. And
it's beautiful.
If you can hang on for a second, we'll tell you just very quickly how it happened. For Parkview Sterling, they scored the first 3 times in the ball game. Pinkett on a 44-yard run, the extra point kick was no good. Pinkett on a 1-yard run, the extra point was no good on a 2-point attempt. Then in the second quarter with 8:09 remaining, Pinkett went 7 yards for the touchdown. He, by the way, established a new record today of most points scored in a ball game. He scored all 32 of the Parkview Sterling points. Then Giles got on the board on a 74-yard run by Leon King to make it 18-7 with a kick by Muncie. And then with 1 second remaining in the half, pass Leon King to Greg Mance made it 18-13, the extra point good, making it 18-14. Then Giles came back to go ahead 20-18 with a 10-yard touchdown run by Greg King. Parkview Sterling came right back on a 34-yard run by Pinkett to go in front 24-20, and then the extra point attempt on the run was good by Pinkett, making it 26-20 with 12 seconds remaining in the third period. The Spartans came back on a 9-yard touchdown run by Greg King to tie it at 26-all. Bobby Muncie's extra point put the Spartans out in front 27-26 to stay. With 5:04 remaining in the game, Leon King went 15 yards to make it 33-26. The extra point attempt by Greg King no good, and with just 2:45 remaining in the game, a 38-yard run by Pinkett made it 33-32. Pinkett's extra point attempt that would have put Parkview Sterling in front by a point was no good, and that's the way the ball game ended up as the Spartans were able to run time off the clock. We're going to have an award ceremony, but I'm not sure what you're going to be able to do with it, Bob.
Yep, I think Mully is going to make it here. I got my button cut off here. Mully, I believe, is going to make it, so that'll give us an opportunity to really hear it. Gary, is Mully going to make the presentation?
I believe the announcement at least is going to be made from the press box here on the public address, so we'll pick it up. And we will remind you that
Gary, who is on the field there to make the presentation? Is this a Virginia High School League official?
Jim Brewster. He's Secretary of Region 4. He's also on the executive committee of the VHSL. And he'll be presenting the trophies and individual medals to both teams.
Okay, thank you, Gary. And he's right out there in the middle of our big Spartan insignia, and he'll present the trophies. I don't know how they're going to get this crowd back. This bandana gang is just, they can't believe what's happened here. And I'm sure the Parkview team sitting over here, they're not feeling very good about all this, because how do you get 18 points behind, they're saying to themselves, and let a team beat you?
It's tough. When you get to the championship level, there's always a winner and loser, because games don't end in a tie, and it's always rough to see. Somebody goes home happy and somebody goes home disappointed, and that's the way sports is. But this Parkview Sterling team put up a tremendous effort today, and right down to the final minutes of this ball game could have won it with a 2-point conversion, or at least gone ahead late in the ball game. And we want to congratulate Parkview Sterling that's going out now.
Hold this in front of Mully.
I would like to introduce to you Mr. Jim Brewster. Mr. Brewster is principal of Graham High School in Bluefield. He is secretary of Region 4, a member of the Virginia High School League Executive Committee, and secretary of the Group 2A Board. And at this time, Mr. Brewster will award the state AA game trophies and medals. However, I've been requested to announce the game balls will not be awarded till later. So at this time, Mr. Brewster will present the trophies and medals to the state runner-up in the AA and the state champions, the Giles Spartans. Mr. Brewster is now presenting the trophy and medals to Coach Ed Scott and his captains, to a fine football team from Park View, Sterling.
Jeff, I don't know if our boys have reached.
Out there. I really don't know what's going
have reached the locker room or not. Are you down there, LD?
Mr. Brewster, and he is shaking the hand of Coach.
Doesn't sound like they've made it yet.
No, they haven't made it yet, I guess.
Taken along with Coach Scott and his co-captains. We just want to congratulate.
How about this faithful bandana gang? They're not leaving here.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, I've been doing high school sports for 13 years, and I've never seen anything like it. This is my second state championship in football, and I've done 4 or 5 of them in basketball, and I've never seen anything like the support and the excitement that was generated this year up in Giles County here. It's tremendous.
This has been a loyal crew, I'll tell you. It just seems like they knew before this season started they were going to have this afternoon, and they never left their team. And the team never did anything without them. They always considered their gang. So they've had a great year, and this is it, the state championship AA for the Giles Spartans.
Greg King.
Well, it's a tremendous season.
They're now making the individual presentations to the championship Spartans here. State champions for AA football, and what a game this has been this afternoon. Very few people have left. There it is, they're holding it up. Holding the trophy up for the Giles Spartans out there in the center of the field. We can't see the Spartans. The bandana gang have them completely surrounded. And of course we see the bandanas swinging out there. Some have made, there they go.
Charlie Mullins, one of the co-captains, being lifted up on the shoulders and off the field with the championship trophy for the Giles Spartans. And that gets the big roar from the bandana bunch as things breaking up a little bit on the field now.
Alan Pickett, number 24 for the Parkview Sterling, played a tremendous
I can't decide whether to break it up or go on with the Spartans.
Well, this is the sort of feeling that when it happens, it doesn't happen very often. This is the first time, obviously, for Giles High School. Might very well not be the last time, but you don't want this to end. It's going to go on for a long, long time, and in the weeks to come, I'm sure there's going to be a lot that's going to be done for and with this program.
Look at this. Look at the bandanas swinging with the team here. Some of the players are shaking their bandanas. They're going on to the locker room now. How about our boys? You down there in the locker room?
What a great day in Giles County. We just feel like we're sitting on top of Angel's Rest.
Where are they? LD, are you in the locker room yet?
Bob, are you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear us, Harold?
I can hear you fine, and we're waiting on the team.
Yeah, they're on their way in, Harold. They're still in this crowd. They've just broken away from them. They're trying to make it over there to the locker room now. They're still on the field, and they'll be coming in just a moment, Harold. It's been a tremendous afternoon here for everybody, and the bandana gang just surrounded the team out here, and they couldn't get away. They didn't know whether to go on with the team or stay out here on the field, but the team finally did break away from their bandana gang, and they're headed to the locker room.